What's up guys, hope you're doing well. Today we'll have another look into the SUI price chart because we have an update on our $6.32 price target until the 11th of October 2025. So let's get right into this. We had a very nice bounce a couple of days ago, but right now as I'm making the video we have reverted the whole move to the upside and we are basically exactly there where we was before the pump. Therefore, let's quickly have a look at what levels we are currently watching and also what's in the chart, and then I will give you an update on the price target. So the next support level that we are looking at is basically the bottom that we have formed with the last correction right here, but you can see that we have touched this bottom 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the 5th time, and you know, the more we touch a support level, the likelihood is increasing that we are breaking this support level, and this one right now would be the 5th touch. So the likelihood is definitely there that we are going to break this support level, but we have another support level basically right below this. So if we would check the time right here, if we give it probably a couple of days, if we are assuming that we are continuing this correction and we break this support level, then potentially this could get a very good touch right here with this support area, so with this rectangle right here, and also the trend line that we have right here. So maybe that will be a match, but first of all we want to see what the price does at this support level right here. We already had a very strong move to the downside, therefore we also have the potential for a bounce. That's why we are currently waiting for this. But also what I have noticed is that we can actually also draw another trend line into the chart right here, and you probably can see this. Let me drag this a little longer right here, that we are getting the pattern of a descending triangle right here. Normally this is a bearish continuation pattern, so what we normally see is something like this right here. So we are bouncing around in this pattern, and at some point we are breaking to the downside. So that is what most of the time is happening. But you know that even with bearish continuation patterns, it always is the same, that there is always the possibility that we are also doing the opposite. So that means that we are potentially we are bouncing around, continuing the bearish trend, but at some point we do not do the break to the downside. Instead we find support, break to the upside, and then make our move higher and continuing this bullish trend. Because if just from the technical side, since the bottom in April we are in an upward trend. I know it's not the strongest upward trend right here, but you can see basically as long as we are staying above this level right here, we are still in an upward trend. If we are keeping the same pace, then we potentially could also go here to this trend line. Therefore we have some room to the downside right here, and technically we are still in an upward trend. You can see this high right here compared to this high is not that much higher, so therefore currently the upward trend is very weak, and I would say that recently it more is a sideways trend. You can see basically since here we are hovering around, potentially also in a sideways area. Here we have now formed a smaller sideways range, so we are waiting for some action. So right now let's get into some scenarios right here, what potentially can happen, because you know that even if we are in a smaller picture downward trend right here and we not have managed to get our break of structure, currently we are moving lower, that still I think that this one right here was not the top and we are still in the bull market, and that this is the deception market stage where the market tries to fool us and try to trick us out of the market, but in the end we will end up reverting at some point and then we are moving higher. Our job right now is to find out, okay, where could this point be? At the same time, we do not want to gamble and we do not want to make the moves like, this is the next support level, do I go all in here or not? Do I wait till the next support level and go all in here or not? So that is not how it works. So what we normally do is that we have our next support level. If we are reaching this, we can open a small position. Then if it continues to dip here into our next support level, we can add to this position. And then we need to take a look at, okay, what are the support levels where I want to buy, and also where is the invalidation. And for me, I have, you can see it right here, this one is the first support level. The second support level probably will be correlate with this support area right here, and that is basically the trend line and also the support level. And yeah, basically if we give it another 2-3 days, we would hit this at some point right here with the trend line. That then would be the next support level, and the third and lowest one would be this one right here. And if we fall below this, make a daily candle close below this, then this would be the invalidation point. And therefore these three targets that I have just mentioned would be my entry targets. We don't know exactly at which level we will bounce, at this, or at this. But from the look of it, we currently have a high likelihood of bouncing at one of these three levels. Therefore, my strategy is to buy at each level, and then we are reverting to the upside to have a nice profit. And right now, in the end, let me also give you a little update here on the price target. You know, with these price targets, we always have two invalidation points. The first one is price-wise, which is actually our next support level. That means if we are falling below this price target right here would be invalidated. Also, in case we are doing the bounce already at this support level right here, we also have the time invalidation target. This is on the 3rd of September, so this is a little bit more than 1 week from now. And that means that if we are not back here above the breakout level and back in the rectangle till the second half of the rectangle is starting, that means that then also the price target will be invalidated. And when I'm saying invalidated, that means that we have a 90% likelihood of the price target not being reached. Important side note right here, if I'm saying that the price target will be invalidated, that doesn't mean that we will never go to this price target. That just means that this price target right here is connected to a time window, and we have a 90% likelihood that we will not go to this price in the mentioned time, in this case till the 11th of October 2025, but potentially later, because you know, I still think that we are still in a bull market. Therefore, I expect higher highs, and therefore I also expect SUI to reach this price. But if we are not going back into the rectangle until the 3rd of September, then 90% likelihood that we will not reach it in the mentioned time. And in case there should be any updates, you know that I will upload a new video, so make sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss this. Also, in case you have any questions or any other cryptos you want me to have a look at, then feel free to post them down in the comments. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.